Oh! Today I'm working on the lights in my shop, so I'm gonna do a quick overview of what I'm starting with, and then I'll get into the plan for where I'm gonna go. So, here's my main assembly table workbench. Right above that, I've got a light bulb hanging from a cord from the ceiling. Over here is another light bulb hanging from a cord from the ceiling that is illuminating my sheet goods storage and scraps. Here's my table saw. Above that, I've got a single light at an angle. I've got a few more of these strip LEDs that kind of wrap around the table saw. So what I'm gonna do is unbox some new lights that I picked up, which are the same as the old ones. They're strip LEDs, and I'm gonna go through, hang them up, and talk about where and why. That's the plan. Am I too close? How close am I? It seems very close. So here is the shop, and one corner is not part of the shop. There's the big assembly table, the table saw. This is the metalworking area up here. There's a miter saw with some support, a drill press that sticks out, and a bandsaw. My plan is to just put lights over the main work areas, not everywhere. Okay, now we can get down to business. These are the Barina LED strips. I got them on Amazon. There'll be a link in the description. I had the exact same ones before, except in a slightly different color temperature. I've been really happy with them, and that was a compelling reason for me to get them again. I couldn't find any real alternatives that I thought were right. They are super cheap. They install really easily. The light is good. They don't burn out. I've had the ones I've had for about 5 years and never had a problem. I think this is really the solution for anyone looking to light a shop. The hardware they come with is a bunch of little connectors in case you want to connect them right one into the other. These clips, which is how you hang them, this is one of my favorite parts, is that you just screw the clip into the ceiling and then you snap the light into it. So you don't have to hold the light with one hand while you screw it into place with the other, which is super inconvenient. There's little tracks on either side of the lights that these clips just snap right into. So once the clip is on the ceiling, all you have to do is push the light onto it. All right, it's time to get at the ladder and start taking some of the old junk off the ceiling. First thing to go is the dangling bulbs. These are not good. Before I can proceed hanging the lights, I got to take down my retractable extension cord. This is one of my favorite items in the whole shop. I really recommend this thing if you have trouble getting power where you need it. And then it's just a matter of screwing the clips in and popping the lights into place. The lights come with these cords that are really great for daisy chaining them together. The problem is they're a little too short, so I'm just going to have to do a little wiring to make them longer. So I grabbed a couple of the extra plug-in parts of the cords that came with these things and cut off the plug part, so I just have the part that plugs into the lights. I used these wire strippers to strip off the end. I did it too short, so I had to do it twice to make it a little longer. And then I can do the stripping on the interior wires, which I also did too short, so I had to do it longer. Then I got some heat shrink tubing, which is really great to have around if you don't have it and you're ever doing any kind of wiring, especially this kind of splicing stuff. And I just cut a piece of the heat shrink tubing in half and put half on either side. After I twist those up, I can pack them right back into the heat shrink tubing, and with a little torch, just warm it up enough until it shrinks down. Then I can pull the outer tubing on just to hold the whole thing together, and we've got a nice little cord. It's not going anywhere. So this light here has the other kind of attachment where it doesn't have clips, it just screws directly into the ceiling. It makes it annoying to put in or take out because you have to hold it with one hand and screw with the other. Yes, I'm standing on my table saw. It's not your table saw, it's my table saw. And I decided I'm going to stand on it. if the hardware for these lights has any problem, it's that the heads of the screws just aren't well made and they tend to slip against the driver bit. I actually ended up using some different screws, which eased that pain a little bit, but it was a little annoying at first. Oops. Wrong one. The lights are up. Everything looks great in here. If you go back to the beginning of this video, compare how things look there to how they do now, you're gonna see how much of a difference it makes. I've got everything nice and stacked up in good straight lines, so the ceiling doesn't look like a total mess anymore. And my filming setup is just gonna be way easier because I don't have to deal with carrying lights around. This is great. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you next time.